Привіт, мої друзі. Мене звати Алан Янг. Я доброволець Корпусу Миру в Україні. Сьогодні я хочу розказати про сміття. У Україні сміття є великою проблемою. But today, I want to tell you about how one city is taking its waste and turning it into a valuable and useful product. It's the city of Khmelnytskyi. It's easy for you to say. It's located on the banks of the Bug River. It's a city of 300,000 people. It's known for its extensive marketplace, but we like to think of it as a marketplace of innovation and opportunity. But we've got a terrible problem. For the last 60 years, the residents of the city have taken their waste to the edge of the city and placed it on a big pile. This pile is 60 years old, 50 meters high, and we're running out of room. But this has worked. It's been cheap, at least if you don't consider the environmental costs. This pile of waste emits methane gas, leaches liquid into the soil. It's way over its design capacity, and it's only got a couple of years left to go. So to figure out what to do before there's a zombie apocalypse, we put together a small group of people. We sat down, started talking. Well, how much waste do we produce? No one knew. But we knew that the city leaders also wanted to raise our standards up to those that are held in Europe. We knew that we wanted to reduce waste and recycle what we could before disposing it on the landfill. So we went out and got a scale, took it out to the landfill, and started measuring the trucks that come in and leave the landfill. We learned something pretty interesting. In Ukraine, you don't produce very much waste. Ukrainians are very frugal, economic people. You don't buy it if you don't have to. And if you buy it, you never throw it away. Say pravda. You don't call up and order out for pizza and it gets delivered in a cardboard pizza box. You don't go online and order things from Amazon.com. And when it comes to pickles, you don't go to the grocery store to buy a jar of pickles. Grandma makes the pickles, and every year she uses the same jar. Molodets, Ukraine. Well, our next question was, what's in the trash? Ukrainians don't like to touch garbage, so we hired a firm to come and do a study for us. In Ukraine, half the garbage is organic material. Half the garbage is potato peels and beetroots. But we're running out of time. We got about 5 years to go, and it's going to be zombie apocalypse time at the landfill. But if we can reduce the amount of waste going to the landfill, we can make it last maybe another 15, 20 years. So the choice is simple. Get a new landfill, nearly impossible, or find a way to sort, treat, and minimize our waste. We chose to reduce, and to set a goal of reducing our waste by 85% and getting our landfill to last another 20 to 25 years. We looked at lots of options on how to do this. But the one that we like the best is called sterilization. We developed a two-part plan. We call this plan Smart Environment Khmelnytskyi. First part of this plan is to drill wells into the landfill. Take out the methane gas that's produced there. Take that gas and run it through a generator and produce electricity. We're going to sell that electricity, and then we're going to take the money from that and use it to stabilize the landfill, cover it with dirt, plant green plants and trees and grasses and restore and renovate this 60-year-old landfill. The second part of the plan is to build a sterilization and mechanical separation plant. It works this way. The trash comes in from the garbage trucks. They come into a building, drop the waste off. We take the waste and run it through a shredder, make pieces about this big. From then it goes into huge autoclaves, about the size of a bus. The trash goes in the autoclave, we close the hatch, we introduce steam and pressure and heat. It'll cook for about 3 hours, just like borscht in Grandma's pressure cooker on the stove. From there, it's dumped out onto a conveyor belt where machines automatically sort and separate the waste into useful materials like plastics and glass and metal. But what's left over from all those potato peels is biomass. Turns out that this biomass has heat energy value to it. This material can be burnt in the city's district heating system. It can replace about $6 million worth of natural gas. Natural gas that has to be imported from a foreign country. Natural gas that is currently emitting 37,000 tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere every year. We found a location, and we're working on other elements of our plan as well. We want to figure out what to do with construction waste from all the new buildings that are going up in the city. We have lots of trees in our city, and we want to use the leaves and branches to create compost. And we want to get our citizens to start separating out household hazardous waste, such as batteries. We've developed a plan. We think that we can have this all up and running by the spring of 2020. But my real message today is not about garbage. My real message is about people. See, it was just a group of interested people that meet every single week to develop these plans. They're making change. They are agents of change. They're creating a better place to live for themselves, for their fellow citizens, and for their children to come. They see a problem, and they solve a problem. And so my question for you today, у мене є питання. What problem are you solving? Удачи, Ukraine, удачи.